Yo, it's your boy Wavy Fredo, and I got some more NCAA news for y'all. Some of this stuff you may or may not have heard already, but you're going to hear it from me anyway. Because why are you here, right? Don't you want to hear it from me? I said the best. Anyway, we going to start this off with NIL. With NIL, we have to mention how many players have already opted into the game. As of last week, the EA Sports company, NCAA company, whichever you may, have sent out opt-in or opt-out contracts. All players were given until April. I don't know if there's a specific date, but I know April to decide if they want to be inside the game or outside the game. You do have those people who want to be outside the game, who's on the fence about it or whatever like that. But as of right now, we have 10,000 players plus who already opted into the game. What that means is so many players are already invested, so many players are involved overall. They're involved. And what that also means, they care about us and their fans as well. They want to be able to utilize different players in the game as well. We have huge names that have opted in, obviously, with it being 10,000 players. 10,000 players ultimately means that everybody who's popular, majority of the scholarship players, are inside the game. EA was aiming for 11,000 people to be opted in a week or so. They already got 10,000. So they've reached 80-something% of their mark, and they have till April. Majority of people that they wanted to be in the game will be in the game by then. Again, I did say that some people have opted out already. I haven't paid attention to all of those who opted out. It's one name that's a big name that did opt out, but we'll get into that later. Next, we will be getting into what happens if you do not opt in time. EA has expressed, or college football, whichever you may, they have expressed that they will be a little flexible on the people's timing. If you did not opt in, or you don't want to opt in, or you change your mind later. And this way, NCAA will be a whole lot like Madden as far as roster updates. As I know, we will be getting roster updates weekly, which means that attributes can change weekly, which also means back to the players opting in. If they just want to change their mind, they can opt in. I do not believe that you get the option to opt out. Once you're in, you're in. But once you're out, you can change your mind to opt in. So that will be, let's just say, if it was Shador Sanders, if he wanted to be like, oh, I don't want to be in the game, and 4 weeks into the season he's like, oh, I do want to be in the game, he can then contact EA or whomever you may, and he can decide that he wants to be in the game now. He does have that option. They gave him that option, and that's what weekly updates will be like. As I said before, we will get attribute updates as well. We'll, like, if someone's on fire for 4 games and they were originally an 85, maybe we may see them at a 90. So expect that. Also, different, although I said that it would be a lot like Madden in that aspect, totally different people are making these two games. Same company, different branch. Madden is over here, NCAA is over here. The two may never collide. So 2 different people will be making this game. That's very important to remember. Also, some may ask, will you be spending money in the game? The only way that they have said so far, and of course things may change in the future, money could be spent in the game via Ultimate Team. Just like in any other game that we currently play now. As of now, they don't, because this is the first year back, they don't have many options on how you can spend money. Such as like in Madden, you can only really spend money on Ultimate Team. Same thing will be the same in NCAA. Microtransactions won't really be that popular. And if they are to grow and they change that somehow, it will not be this year, being that it's the first year back. It's our first year having college football. People expect this game to sell less than Madden. Now, this is not about me, but I will make it about me for a second. I actually think that this game will sell more than Madden 25 did, or 24, whichever was the latest one, whatever the case may be. I think it will sell better just because we've been waiting for it for a while. People don't expect it to sell over Madden because Madden is a more global game, and NCAA, I don't know how popular it is in other countries, but it's a big deal in the US. But Madden has been on the decline, and I think that could hurt his chances. NCAA in that aspect is kind of on the rise because we've just now learned that we're getting this game this year, and people have been waiting for the game for a decade, as I said before. And I think it will overshadow Madden. But hey, that's just my opinion anyway. Chris Flowers from ESPN or wherever he may be in Kirk Herbstreit also has been working on their voiceovers for their voices to be inside the game. I will be playing a clip from him right now so you can understand what he's doing, what he's trying to work on, what they're trying to work on, and what the game will have to offer to us.
Finally, I can tell you about what's been going on behind closed doors here in the smallest room in the house for about 2 years. Voiceover sessions for EA Sports CFP 25. Microphone, digital recorder, laptop where they have Zoom calls where guys from EA are engineering and directing these sessions. It has been fun. It's been taxing sometimes, monotonous at other times, because everything you could possibly see in a football game, even the mundane plays, I've said into that microphone many, many different ways. Bunch of stuff you'd never see in a real game. I've described. You want to punt on second down, try a 71-yard field goal. That's in the game too, along with the appropriate analysis of those decisions. Quarterback throws 5 picks in the first quarter or 5 touchdowns. We got you covered there too in detail. People have asked, when my team scores a touchdown, will there be appropriate excitement like a real game? Hell yes. EA insists on realism. I sat here in an hour and said, touchdown, Alabama, all the way down to touchdown, Wyoming, along with the version for the team nicknames. It was like a month of touchdown calls in an hour. I needed the T for the voice. Kirk and I have had joint sessions playing off each other like we would in a real booth. There's going to be incredible detail. What I've seen of the game will blow people away, and really excited for you to see it. Probably can't answer most of your questions about the game, but I know it's going to be great. Can't wait.
So as you now see, he basically explained everything. I don't have to really go over it because he was very detailed. But I will say that I think it's very exciting that we're going to be hearing all of these different scenarios that can possibly be in a game. As he said, if you want to kick a field goal from wherever the hell, that basically they're going to talk about it. It's not going to just be a random thing that's going on. The commentators will be very involved in everything that's going on in the game. I think that's a very huge deal for this game, because this game really honestly needs to make a splash, and I think that's a great way to improve the splashing that the game could be, the game can do. Sorry. The game will definitely have a customization mode. I will play a clip about this as soon as I'm done saying what I have to say, but there will be a customization mode, or wherever we will be able to customize some things. They haven't told us exactly what, if it would be team builder or not team builder, but the interview that I'm about to play did further explain on the chances of things that we will have in the game, and basically he explained it a little more than me because he has more insight than me. So here you go.
I have seen internal memos and things communicated to different developers and different people in the company. How can I say this without getting yelled at? Further speak to the idea that user-generated content is going to be important in this game. And I would say that if you are a fan and your chief concern right now is that you will not have a team builder-like experience, I would say, I think you should relax. EA has done a lot of things to make you not want to automatically give them the benefit of the doubt. But here's what I can share with you about vis-a-vis reskins, right? The number one thing that I read, and I'm sure you hear the same things here too, are, well, this game's on the Frostbite engine, and so is Madden. Therefore, it's got to be the same kind of game. And I think some of that speaks to some misconceptions about what a game development engine is. Did they make Madden on Frostbite? Yeah. They made Battlefield on Frostbite. They did PGA Golf on Frostbite. I think they did the hockey game on Frostbite. The engine does not exclusively dictate what kind of game you have. You can make the same kind of game in a lot of different engines. What matters is the code. What matters is the system architecture and the people that are building it. What I can tell you is that the people that are building EA Sports College Football 25 are different from the people that have made Madden. Many of the project managers and the software engineers working on this are the kind of people that we would consider to be college football sickos. They're really, really into the sport, and they recognize that college football is not the same sport as Madden. And some of that is about explicitly on-field things. The clock rules are different. Some of the gameplay rules are different. The diversity in scheme and play type and playbook type and talent type between college and football, college and the NFL is immense. So you literally can't build the same kind of football simulation because they're not the same game. Then obviously how you build a roster and what your dynasty or franchise mode looks like have to be completely different.
So as you see, we do get to be creative. Obviously he said a whole lot, but very little at the same time. In some cases, some will say he actually spoke Spanish. Some of the shit that we don't understand, but basically, we will be able to have some creative rights in the game. We will be able to do some things. We just don't know to the limit of what we will be able to do. We don't know until they show us different, or if we learn more. You know, that's all we know so far. Now, to my favorite part of the video, when we get to talk about opt-ins and opt-outs, let's get into that. Now, as I said before, 10,000 people have already opted into the game. Of that 10,000 people, majority of them are popular people who are on scholarship or scholarship athletes. Some athletes did opt out. We'll talk about that later. But out of everybody who did opt in, I did jot down a few names, and those being Travis Hunter, Jalen Milroe, Dylan Gabriel, hope I'm saying this guy's name right, Emeka Abuka, Shiloh Sanders, Evan Stewart, Zachariah Branch, and Caleb Downs. Plus plenty fucking more. There are so many more. Those are just the ones that I seen first and I jotted down. I don't want to bore you guys all day naming 10,000 people. So those are huge names. Very popular people. I'm sure who, if you're watching this, you know every single player I just named. So those are the big names that we've gotten into the game so far. Again, plus so much more. And honestly, I don't even know what to expect. I just really expect greatness. I'm so happy that everybody's involved, everybody's invested, everybody wants to be a part of the game. Everybody wants us to be able to be a part of the game as a consumer, as in the consumer aspect or whatever you may. I'm just excited. Like, I'm really excited. I want to hear more about, you know, the band sounds we're going to get, the stadiums, everything. But for now, just to know that majority of the people who we know, who we played the game for, will be inside the game, it's actually relieving. As a USC fan, knowing Zachariah Branch is going to be in the game was very relieving. So now we must get to the opt-ins. I don't really want to get into the negativity part, so I'll just pinpoint one person. Arch Manning. I didn't expect this guy to opt out. Reason being because he's a popular person. I feel like he should want his family to play with him on the game. I feel like a lot of people know him. A lot of people will actually sub him in over Quinn Ewers, however you may say his name. He's a popular person. People want to play with him. Pause. I don't understand why he opted out. His statement was he want to focus on the field. He want to focus on the game. But my thing is, bro, you're not getting in. Do y'all be smoking? Like, bro, you're not getting in. Not to next year. Not to next year. Like, you feel me? Like, this buddy year. Like, he finna go to the draft and shit. So I just feel like your reasoning, like it does nothing for you to opt into the game. Like, it's not an extra job. It's not, you don't have to do anything extra, but just be an athlete. All you have to do is sign on to be onto the game. And personally, I think it's a little selfish, but maybe that's just my opinion. You should have never did that, brother. Now, hey, it is what it is. I won't let one bad apple ruin the bunch. We have 10,000 other players, bro. And I ain't want to play with you anyway. I'm a USC fan. I don't even give a fuck about the Hornets. Forget you. Forget Vince Young when y'all cheated us or whatever the case may be. And give Reggie Bush back his trophy. But again, I won't let one bad apple ruin the bunch, man. We got 10,000 plus players. At the time you hearing this, we probably got 12,000 to be honest. But that is all I have for you guys. If you got anything you want to discuss with me about, leave it in the comment section, man. Like, follow, and subscribe, man. If you want to keep up with all the updates, I will have them. I will be giving them to you in my own tone. So if you have anything that you want to know, anything that you're looking forward to see, let me know in the comments. Until then, peace.